Lesson: Consequences of regulatory noncompliance. Regulatory noncompliance can have far-reaching consequences for organizations, affecting not only their financial standing, but also their reputation, operational efficiency, and legal status. Understanding the implications of noncompliance is crucial for professionals aiming to mitigate contract risks and enhance compliance within their organizations. This lesson explores the consequences of regulatory noncompliance, providing actionable insights, practical tools, and frameworks that professionals can implement to address these challenges effectively. Regulatory noncompliance often results in financial penalties, which can be substantial depending on the severity of the violation. For instance, in 2020, the Federal Trade Commission imposed fines totaling over $4.5 billion on companies for various compliance breaches. These fines can significantly impact an organization's bottom line and hinder its ability to invest in growth opportunities. To mitigate such risks, organizations can implement a compliance management framework, such as the Compliance Risk Management Program, which provides a structured approach to identifying, assessing, and mitigating compliance risks. This framework involves establishing compliance policies, conducting regular audits, and training employees to ensure adherence to regulatory standards. Beyond financial penalties, regulatory noncompliance can damage an organization's reputation, leading to a loss of customer trust and loyalty. Research indicates that 87% of consumers consider ethical behavior and compliance with regulations when choosing products or services. Therefore, organizations must prioritize compliance to maintain a positive public image. One practical tool to address this is the development of a comprehensive communication strategy that ensures transparency and accountability. This strategy involves regular updates to stakeholders about compliance efforts and proactive measures to address potential issues. By fostering an open dialogue, organizations can build trust and demonstrate their commitment to ethical practices. Legal repercussions are another significant consequence of noncompliance. Organizations may face lawsuits, injunctions, or even criminal charges depending on the nature of the violation. The General Data Protection Regulation is a prime example of legislation with strict compliance requirements, where non-compliant organizations can face fines of up to €20 million or 4% of their annual global turnover, whichever is higher. To navigate such complex regulatory landscapes, organizations can employ the Regulatory Impact Assessment Framework. This tool helps assess the potential effects of regulatory changes on an organization, allowing for informed decision-making and proactive compliance strategies. Operational disruption is another potential outcome of regulatory noncompliance. Organizations may face shutdowns, product recalls, or supply chain interruptions, leading to significant operational and financial setbacks. In 2019, Boeing faced operational challenges due to regulatory noncompliance related to the 737 MAX aircraft, resulting in production halts and reputational damage. To prevent such disruptions, organizations can implement a robust compliance monitoring system that continuously checks adherence to regulations and standards. This system can use automated tools to track compliance in real time, identify potential breaches, and trigger corrective actions promptly. Employee morale and retention can also be adversely affected by regulatory noncompliance. Employees are more likely to remain with organizations that uphold ethical standards and comply with regulations. A study by Gallup found that organizations with high ethical standards experienced 50% lower employee turnover rates. To foster a culture of compliance, organizations can establish a code of conduct that outlines expected behaviors and compliance requirements. Regular training sessions can reinforce the importance of compliance and empower employees to act as compliance champions within the organization. To enhance proficiency in managing regulatory compliance, professionals can leverage several practical tools and frameworks. The Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, for instance, is a continuous improvement model that can be applied to compliance management. This cycle involves planning compliance activities, executing them, monitoring compliance performance, and making necessary adjustments. By adopting the PDCA cycle, organizations can create a dynamic compliance environment that adapts to changing regulatory landscapes and minimizes the risk of non-compliance. Moreover, the use of technology, such as compliance management software, can streamline compliance processes and improve efficiency. These tools provide centralized platforms for tracking compliance activities, managing documentation, and generating reports. They can also integrate with other business systems to ensure alignment with organizational goals and facilitate seamless compliance management. By leveraging technology, organizations can reduce the administrative burden of compliance and focus on strategic initiatives. One illustrative case study is the implementation of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act compliance program by a multinational corporation. Facing significant compliance challenges, the company adopted a comprehensive compliance framework that included regular audits, employee training, and the use of technology to automate compliance processes. As a result, the organization not only achieved compliance, but also enhanced its operational efficiency and strengthened stakeholder trust. This case demonstrates the effectiveness of a proactive and structured approach to compliance management. In conclusion, the consequences of regulatory noncompliance are multifaceted, affecting financial performance, reputation, legal standing, operational efficiency, and employee morale. Organizations must adopt actionable strategies and frameworks to mitigate these risks and ensure compliance. By implementing compliance management frameworks such as CRMP, employing tools like the RIA framework and PDCA cycle, and leveraging technology, professionals can enhance their proficiency in managing compliance risks. These strategies not only address real-world challenges, but also contribute to the long-term success and sustainability of organizations in an increasingly complex regulatory environment.